Time now for a full check of the forecast with meteorologist Juan Acuna. And Juan, I was just telling you, the 2.5 years I've been here, I've never seen the city coordinate efforts with the Bank Center to open up.
Absolutely, and you know what? I've been forecasting Texas weather for over a decade now, and I don't believe I've ever seen this amount of cold air come all the way down into South Texas. And even this, I got this shot yesterday, and with the TxDOT sign saying winter weather warnings across the area to use caution, and we just don't see it often. We have it every now and then, but to this extent, it is a very, very cold out there, folks. This is dangerous for us here, and of course, a lot of us who are South Texas native, myself included, we're not used to this type of weather here. We're not definitely used to not seeing temperatures at 18 degrees here in Corpus Christi and only feeling like 1 degree outside. These are currents across the entire region. Port Aransas, you are at a temperature of 20 degrees. It only feels like 3 degrees out there. Same for the friends over in Beeville. Actual temperature of 17. Kingsville is at 23 with the feels like temperature of 14. Over on into Alice, they're into the teens as well. It feels like 2 degrees outside. Over in Ropstown and into Ingleside into the lower 20s, but a difference in wind. That's all it takes is to make that wind chill value feel a little bit colder. So over in Ingleside, they have a little bit more of a wind there. So the wind chill value is only 3 degrees outdoors at this point. So as we take a look at the looping radar, we continue to have a lot of the precip move out of the region. A lot what you see here on the map, a lot of that white is sitting on top of the radar dome. So it's detecting that little sense of ice on the top of it. So this is not actually falling. Again, a lot of that activity is moving away from us. We had additional activity that was over into northern sections of Live Oak County, but that is moving off. But we are still holding on to a little bit of some flurry action just to the north of Laredo going along 35. But a good chunk of the moisture is moving away from us, thankfully, as the upper level low continues to push away as well. And it's moving over into Houston, on into East Texas, into a portion of Louisiana and Arkansas as well. I want to take this time and send it on over to our meteorologist, Stefanie Lauber. She's over live into the downtown area. And Stefanie, what are you experiencing out there? Hopefully you're keeping warm.
Well, Juan, exactly as you said, the wind is the worst part of this. And really the wind out here where we are by the marina, I've got my weather sensor with there's a good breeze coming now. We're going to take a good look at this because we've been getting 20-mile-an-hour gusts here, 22.5 right there. And the temperature is, we've been clocking in at 20 degrees for the temperature. I've got all kinds of sensors up on here, but yeah, it feels like 18 out here according to this. Oh, that's the actual temperature, 18.7 degrees that I'm reading in here, and it is just bitter cold because of that gust coming through, especially right over here by the water. Usually places by the water tend to stay a little warmer, but it does not feel like it because of the wind. I'm holding the stick. All the vegetation out here, the roadways, anything you can see behind me is basically covered in a sheet of ice because of that freezing rain that we've had and the whole slew of precipitation that's been coming down. But yeah, this little glinty guy is about sums it up for what's going on out here, Juan. But we're going to continue to monitor the conditions out here. I've got several layers on under this, and the wind is just really, that's the culprit here with all the weather we're seeing out here. For now, I'm sending it back to you, Juan. Let us know what's going on around the region.
All right, stay warm, Stefanie. Of course, you can always download our Storm Shield app, and you can get streaming live coverage, school closures, some weather alerts, and the radar map as well. You can download it, and we have that freeze warning in effect for the entire coastal bend. That goes until noon today, and I don't need to tell you that it's below freezing out there with temperatures in the teens. Our wind chill warning is in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, about noontime on Tuesday, I should say, and planned on that roadways to affect the early morning and afternoon commute because there's still a thin layer of ice all across, and if we don't get above freezing today, which I don't think we will, as we go into tomorrow morning, we're going to have another round of freezing temperatures, so that ice is going to continue to stay there. And the winter storm warning in effect for the entire coastal bend. In fact, a winter storm warning was in effect for all 254 Texas counties, and of course here in South Texas included, and that's for those ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch possible and some snow flurry accumulation less than an inch expected, and that's exactly what we've been seeing. So again, everyone into the teens and 20s across the coastal bend, and there are those winds that Stefanie was talking about, sustained wind values pretty close to 30 miles an hour near the coastline. Boaters, mariners, not the time to be out. We have gale warnings in effect, small craft advisories in effect as well, and that wind is gusting near 40 miles an hour out at the Naval Air Station, making it feel like only 1 degree here in Corpus Christi, 3 over out at the Naval Air station seems to be the common number at only 2 degrees over in Alice. So the hour-by-hour forecast, we're in the teens and 20s for much of the afternoon. We're only expected to reach about 30 degrees for today. In fact, much of the coastal bend into the 20s across the region before coming down into the teens once again for tomorrow. And it won't be until Tuesday where we start to see a little bit of some of that action start to come back, and we'll get those temperatures back up. So the 7-day forecast was 30 today, 19, another hard freeze tomorrow, 45 in the afternoon. More drizzle and showers on Wednesday, but if you're looking for those milder temperatures, we got to wait till the weekend when we're back into the 70s. Stay with us, folks. We still have a whole lot more winter weather coverage here on Chris 6 News Sunrise.